When is the happiest, most pleasant time in a kip's journey? Where they're calm and they feel good about themselves. When is that? When they get a job that didn't start yet, or they enroll in school and it didn't start yet. Right? I'm telling you in this, I'm doing this for hundreds and hundreds of people. When they don't have a job or they're not in school, they're scared because they're going to meet somebody and they say, what do? Netflix. What yeshiva are you in? Kids who drop out of yeshiva, they're petrified. What yeshiva? I say, just say the mir. Just say the mir. Yeshiva Rechovot, Yeshivas Moshe Leitzim. Okay, there are a lot of different names, but it's painful. What school are you in? Beis Yaakov of yeah, it's right. It's very, very painful. Now, on the other hand, once they actually have to go to school and they have to function or go to a job, it means they have to go to sleep at night. You have to wake up in the morning. It's very hard. If you're dysfunctional, it's the hardest thing in the world. They can't just pop into a regular schedule. They suffer and sometimes they quit or they get, this boss doesn't know how to treat employees. Like, really? He has 4,000 happy employees. Only you? No, the manager's crazy. Can you believe it? It's like they're so mean. Like Nazis, just the worst thing in the world. You can't believe how horrible they are, right? Terrible. I'm like, what? Well, he doesn't even let me go out for a cigarette. Well, how often do you want to go out for a cigarette? Well, every half hour. For 10 minutes. It's like, what? Right? And they expect you to come on time. Get this. Every day. What? Every day? That's ridiculous. Who comes on time every day? The bus didn't make it on time. The cab, it was impossible. It's very hard to function if you're dysfunctional. It's truly hard. And then they're in that pain, and then they usually fall, or they make it, but it's so hard. But before the job starts, and before the semester starts, gewaldig. I'm a person. I'm in school. I'm studying for my bachelor. Yeah, I'm going to be. I'm going to be a heart surgeon. I'm on the way of being a heart surgeon. Yeah. Right? Who are you working for? I'm working for this company. Focus. B&H Photo. I'm working with B&H Photo. And you feel like a mensch. You feel good about it. You have all the milas of actually all the people working, besides for the paycheck, right? And besides for the pressure. Right? We don't give me the paycheck and don't give me the pressure. We should have companies that hire kids. Don't show up when we don't pay you and you work for us. They'll feel good for a few months. I work for this company. They feel good about themselves until it starts. So over here, your child is now waking up. I want to get a job. I want to get a G. It's like all these things came at the same time. What am I doing the last year, 2 years? I'm doing nothing with my life. It's like, really? Good morning. You just figured that out. Boker Tov. Wow. And now it's like full motivation. I'm going to this and I'm going to this. It's like the cloud went up, which is amazing because of your patience and amazing hard work that you're doing to allow her to get to that. And then it's like actually doing it is really, really hard. It's really, really hard. So the example like I just gave before is every single one of us went through this. We were all crawling on the floor. Everything was fine and dandy. We mastered it. Some of us were going backwards for a while, but eventually learned how to make it happen. Okay? And then all of a sudden one day, hey, I want to walk. I want to run. I want to, like everybody else. I want to be like everybody else. Great idea. You got up, and what happened? On the floor. Boom. Crying and crying. Very frustrating process, but eventually you all, Baruch Hashem, learned how to walk. Says the Nesiva Shalom, and this is, I only know this because when I was in Home Sweet Home, the guys always reached this thing where they would all of a sudden say, I feel like I want to do something better, right? Says the Nesiva Shalom, where does growth come from? Why does anybody move from the level that they're on to a higher level? Where does it come from? Says the Nesiva Shalom's deep psychology, the pain inside that's churning in your stomach, that chayim ka'elu einam chayim, this is not a life. And the fact that you're not mashlim in matzavoi, that you're not making peace with your matziv, that is the kusta techiyusa, he calls it the kernel of life, that brings you a tzmicha mechudeshes. He brings a proof, he says it many times, about a kernel. If you want to go ahead and you want to plant a seed, you want to go make a tree, so you throw the seed in the ground. What happens to the seed? It starts to grow right away? No. First it gets rotten, decomposed, right? Decomposed. And then when it's almost mamish bein chayim lamavis, it's almost gone, there's a kusta de chiyusa, the kernel of life. That's the only thing that's there. And then you have a tzmicha mechudeshes. Says the Nesiv Shalom, so too a person has to have that, where his life, he feels yucky, and it's like his life decomposes, which we're seeing. And then, if they're zaycha, they have this kusta de chiyusa inside. Why am I sleeping all day? Why am I up all night? Why can't I keep a job? Why can't I drive a car? We have kids who are 25, 26 years old, and they're not driving. They're not driving. You look on the calendar and you say, why don't you get your permit? Too busy. Busy. They have nothing on their calendar forever. Too busy. Can't do it. Right? And by the time they get up and they go there, the place is closed. Dysfunction. And they wake up and they say, I want it. I want it. So there are two stages. A lot of us want things. That's called the churning that's inside, but we are mashlim in matzavai. So that's not, you don't have both ingredients. You feel like, I want to change, but you're mashlim in matzavai. You're at peace with yourself, and you feel a little bit, he says, you need both to have together. You need to have both together. You have to have the churning and not to let it go away. I'm not mashlim, I can't live like this anymore. So the voice comes louder and louder and louder. As the famous saying goes, change comes when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. So first, they're sick and tired. I hate this, but they can't even do anything about it. Then they become sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's the pain inside. Chaim ka'elu einam chayim. And then, I'm not mashlim in matzavai k'moy shehi. Then together, that allows the person to be ready for its smicha mechudeshes, for a new growth, a rebirth, a rejuvenation. And it's not just them. Every one of us is on a level, let's say in Kedusha, we have tzaddikim here. So let's say you're on the Chaf Shari Tahara. Why aren't you on the Chaf Aleph Shari Tahara? Why aren't you on the Mem Aleph Shari Tahara? Why are we not higher? Because we're complacent with our life and it's too hard to grow. And then comes that same feeling. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I could do that better. Maybe I could, and it's like, nah, it's too hard. Comes to a matzav where we say, Chaim ka'elu einam chayim. This is not a life. I got to uplift my life. I got to raise the bar. And if I'm not mashlim in matzavai k'moy shehi and I don't make peace with it, and I hear that voice over and 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 over, then you could have with siyata d'shmaya tzmicha mechudeshes. So we're going through the same thing that she's going there. All of us need to regrow, rebirth, renew ourselves in whatever level that we're up to. We're not that different.